So, you ready to go?
Absolutely, man. Feel great. Was a really good camp. A lot of preparation. Found the mixture of training partners I feel like I needed. So everything's good.
No workout today. Is there some strategy on your part there? A little gamesmanship?
You know, I really don't ever do open workouts. I just kind of come out, I stretch, I chill, and just kind of answer some questions. But I mean, I feel I'm going to get a workout here around the time I fight. I'll get a little bit of a stretch and warm up earlier, and then that's about it.
Talk about your feeling right now. I mean, it's not like you haven't known this fight was coming, but now that it's fight week, the legend on the other side of the cage, is this one feeling kind of special to you?
Another day at the office, brother. Really. I mean, I think this is the first time I've ever fought in California, I think. So it's a little bit different in that aspect. But, other than that, really, it's just kind of hanging out. Same crew, same people, same whatever. You know, that's about it.
I think the location of the fight would be the last aspect that people would think that you think is unique, and that's the part that sticks out to you.
Yeah, really. I mean, I wish we were at the Fairmont because there's a lot more things to do around the joint. Other than that, I think it's just kind of par for the course.
How do you get ready for this fight? Because I think us on the outside, we're like, what does Fedor have? And it's a question mark for us. You know what I mean? He's the greatest of all time, but is he still the greatest of all time? So how do you prep for that?
I prep for early 2000s Fedor. And that's really what we expect. It may not be that way, and it'd be a shame if he's not. Right, because I'm as good as me as I've ever been. So if he comes out there and he's not that way, that'll be a shame. It'll be a letdown. But I think he respects his name and his legacy enough where I don't think he would do it. And I've heard that he only trained a month. I've heard that he's in the best shape of his life. I've heard all kinds of stuff. But like I said, I hope that his first couple fights we're just getting the ring rust off, and he comes in there and throwing fire like he always does.
Is it not intimidating at all to prep for that guy with the mystique, the aura?
No, same old thing, brother. I'm just tired of fighting the same people in practice all the time. I'm excited to get somebody different and get paid for it.
How do you measure respecting him as one of the greatest of all times and not letting that get in the way of what you're thinking in your game planning?
It won't. I don't. The only person I was ever enamored by was BJ Penn, and I'm not going to fight him. So, that's it. I think I see Fedor as an opponent. Right, like I always other heavyweights. I see him as I might fight him sooner or later. So I don't really let any kind of starstruck capability at all.
With the build-up for the fight, with the international audience as well, you're going to see lots of foreign press over there. What's that like for you, being on a bigger stage than just in America? People over in Europe are talking about you. They know you. They're learning your name.
Yeah. Cool, I guess. When I go vacation over there, hopefully it'll be a little bit of a different experience. But really, man, it's just a job, brother. It's just the work. It's just the same old, same old. I'm one of the only people I know that at least I'm told as such, that I don't really get anxiety. I don't get nervous. I'm usually pretty even keel. I've been birthed on a big stage. I was birthed on fire, and I've played in front of 100,000 people before. And I've been the guy who jumped off sides and got booed, and I've been the guy who got a sack and got cheered. So it doesn't really affect me at all.
Because you don't get that high ahead of time, does that mean you don't get the excitement afterwards? I mean, would this be a special moment that you could cherish to get this victory?
Yeah, I'm sure, a month down the road, or something like that, I'm sure I'll be like, well, that was kind of dope, or whatever. Maybe afterwards, hopefully we're drinking a beer together, maybe that'll be the time. But, I mean, it hasn't hit me yet. It might. I doubt it, but I don't know.
X's and O's. Stylistically, how does he match up both skill-wise and just physically?
I don't know. That's a really good question. I think that I think I match up well against a lot of people because I'm the variable, I'm the wild card in a lot of my fights. So I'm not saying that Fedor is similar to every other heavyweight where they're plotting, slow-footed, rock'em sock'em robots. But I think I'm the variable there. So, I think that I stay long, stay mobile, give them trouble, touch them up. Don't get sucked into a brawl. I mean, really, if I get wrapped up and let my balls hang too much, then that could be bad news for me. But if I stay cognizant of my spacing and my distance, I should be fine.
Have you heard from anybody that talked about you, like when you first jumped into MMA, they're like, Matt, what are you doing? Now you're headlining. Have you heard from anybody in your past that's like, this is the coolest thing ever?
I get people reach out to me about some things, but I've headlined before, and I've been the co-main a handful of times, and I've always been televised in my life. So and especially when I beat Kimbo, this is kind of like on the same kind of on the same tier, maybe a little bit different, but it's par for the course. It's just like I said, I was birthed in fire, so like it doesn't really make a difference to me. It's all the same thing. But like from today until Saturday midday, I'll get a gazillion texts and a bunch of whatever. So I just turn my phone off and kind of go about my day.
Patrick Willis is here today.
Yeah.
You talked football with him and the name with him? Did you get a chance to know him at all?
I was fashionably late today, so I came in and I saw him out front. But I think he's going to hit pads with Coach Henry and kind of chill a little bit. So I'm sure we'll chop it up afterwards.
If you walk away with the win Saturday night, what's next for you? Like, they're not going to bring you maybe a name like Fedor again as a title fight. Would that be the next biggest fight for you?
You know, man, that's not my gig. I don't care. Like I signed this contract without knowing who it was. I'm just down, man. It's my job to put on shows, be an entertainer, and make and put forth the best person and fight I can do, and represent the company well. So whoever they want me to get down and scrap with, I'm down for it. Like there's a couple people that are like, look, I don't think that dude really wants to get down. I think it's gonna be me chasing him down and him trying to avoid fighting. But other than that, I'm down, man.
You say you signed this contract not knowing who it was?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like they said, here's a main event, you're going to fight somebody?
It was hey, here's a contract, and all the relevant information was covered up, and they're like, we're not going to tell you who, when, or where, but we're going to tell you it's worth your time. And I said, I was like, well, that's kind of interesting. I have two questions. Number one, is it this month? Because it was like halfway through the month. Is it this month? And they said no. And I said, all right, right on. I was like, well, are you sure it's worth my time? I'm going to be happy I took it. And they said, absolutely. I was like, well, what the hell? Let's go ahead and get down. And then so I actually found out on TV when y'all found out.
So if that scenario played out again, would you do it again?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's been good so far, right? So yeah, I'm down, man.
Is that you just trusting Scott Coker? Is that why you did that? Or is that just how you've always approached your career?
I've always been like that. I live to compete. Other than being a father, I live to compete. So if the man tells me, hey, look, this is going to be worth your time, then it's going to be worth my time. Like I know I was brought over here to be a name. I was brought over here to be on the marquee, or at least to co-sign on the marquee. So if they're going to give me an option like that, we're going to be like, hey, look, we're going to release this thing. It's going to be dope like this. Right on, man. I'm down. As long as it's going to be worth the grind, I'm down.